and getting to where she needs to be. Quick snap down there by Leah. Runs that cow catcher right over the top. Puts Shea to her back.
Got her down right away.
Yep.
This is a tough position to get out of, guys.
Sure is,
And, I mean, there's a minute 30 left, so we got to put up a tough fight and try and get one of those arms between the bodies and get bellied out. Shea kind of doing a good job posting that right arm and not allowing the back to be exposed, but
there it is.
Just inched it and inched it and inched it over. Got that pin. Lena doing a nice job there on that pin, just taking her time.
Yep.
First one for Thunder Basin tonight, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So now the team score goes to 48-14. Sturgis Cooper still on top, and it's going to be tough, of course. Thunder Basin's got some forfeits coming up, but for the most part, it's going to be difficult for Thunder Basin to catch them.
All right, we're going to see a new wrestler here as well, I believe.
This is Riley, guys, right?
This is Riley.
Yep. Riley Feisner, and she'll get Freedom Johnson from Thunder Basin.
Riley is a 7th grader.
Yep, up and coming.
So this is our first look with her. Let's see what she got.
First time under the lights, guys.
Yeah.
First time under the lights in front of the home crowd as a 7th grader. It's a pretty cool opportunity for her. Let's see. Gets into a nice little collar tie, breaks that, and getting heavy on the head. I like that. Gets the legs kind of a little bit too close, but does a nice job fighting that off. Got the head down, looking for that cow catcher. Instead throws it by. Falls off the leg, just going to circle back, staying in good position on our feet. That was nice. That was good work. Staying in good position, scrambling out of kind of a bad position, working back into a good position there for Riley. That was nice. Back to the collar tie here. Riley pushing in. See if she see that forward pressure from both wrestlers. That's where your snaps and go behinds are going to be come in, which is what just happened there for Thunder Basin. They just picked that up. Did we say Freedom?
That is who it is.
That's
Freedom Johnston.
Yep. Freedom
name.
Johnston. Yep.
All right. So Freedom doing that nice little snap down and go behind. Riley going to work on bottom, gets to her sit out, pops back up. Still has her base built up, doing a good job not getting bellied out there. Freedom on that near ankle, trying to elevate it and get Riley off of that base. Again, Riley just fighting that off really, really well. Looks like we're going to go out of bounds.
Yep, out of bounds, yep.
20 seconds remaining in the first period.
You know, we talked about this at the beginning of the broadcast. The ability of Sturgis to put these young kids, a 7th grader, and take on some of these older wrestlers.
Right, and we don't have grades listed for the Thunder Basin, but in Wyoming, they don't get to bring up middle school kids into high school. You have to be a high schooler, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior to wrestle in Wyoming. So we know that Freedom's older than Riley here.
She is a sophomore, Freedom is.
Yes.
Time expires. Freedom's up 3-0 on Riley. Sturgis's choice. John taking an opportunity to go ahead and coach for a second and then say, oh yeah, pick top. Quick escape from Freedom there. Back on the head, and Riley trying to circle out, stay in a good position, keep working. No points awarded yet. There's a 3-point takedown for Freedom Johnson to Thunder Basin. Excuse me, reversal, not a takedown.
Yep, 2 points, yep.
Still working, so Freedom's working over the top of that head, looking for a near side cradle. Riley doing a good job fighting that off. Get back to the belly. Got that right arm kind of trapped. Freedom working that near side power half now. We got to get our head up and our hips underneath us and look for a quick stand up if you're Riley. Freedom jumps sides, tries a power half on the other side. It wasn't working on the left. Let's try the right. Quick crossface from Freedom. Hooks up that butcher. Riley's got a hip away from that. Unable to do it. Freedom rolls her over. Referee counting near fall points here. Keep going, Riley. Punch that left arm through. Just not able to get that. Freedom settles her back down.
And there's the pin.
And there's the pin. Nice match though for seventh grader. You know, this is great.
Yeah, she's an up and comer. She's getting experience going against some very good Wyoming wrestlers tonight. So right now the team score is Scoopers 48, Basin 20, with I believe 2 matches left.
And I believe they are forfeitures for, let's see, one for Thunder Basin, one for Sturgis, it looks like. Looks like we're open on that 235.
Miri at 190 coming out, taking the forfeit. Thunder Basin not having a 190 pounder, and at 235, Thunder Basin's going to get to return the favor. So the gap in the team score is going to stay the same. Final score, as soon as this hand is raised, is going to be 54-26. Lady Scoopers taking care of business.
And that is taking care of business. That's a good score for the Sturgis Scoopers. So, gentlemen, final score in the girls varsity wrestling. Scoopers 54, Thunder Basin of Gillette 26. Well, we're getting ready for the boys. Should we take a break?
We'll take a quick timeout. You betcha. Boys are coming up next here on the Big 81, KBHB, and also on Live Ticket TV. We're back right after this.
Pests don't.
Sturgis Strikers is your hometown bowling alley that is locally owned and operated. Come on down and bowl a game, join a league, or have a birthday party. Don't forget Friday and Saturdays are Blacklight Bowling Nights. Conveniently located off 1st and Lozelle Street, stop in and grab your morning coffee from 5-8 Espresso. Not a coffee person? No problem. Grab a tea or smoothie. And if you're going to grab a drink, why not grab a Daylight Donut or two? All located inside Sturgis Strikers off 1st and Lozelle.
0% financing, 0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days. It's all happening now during the year-end event at McKee Ford in Rapid City. Hurry in, these year-end deals won't last.
See us on the Big Ford Corner or online at McKeeFord.com.
At McKee Ford, we've got it. F-Series, Super Duty, Rangers, and Mavericks. All with up to $14,485 off MSRP.
See us on the Big Ford Corner or online at McKeeFord.com.
Grocery Mart off Junction Avenue in Sturgis, South Dakota is your locally owned and operated grocery store. Stop in and shop the great selection of fresh cut meats. Then stroll on over to the fresh produce aisle. Watch for weekly ads for big savings and make sure you're checking out their Facebook page for the hot deals. Grocery Mart continues to strive to offer the best deals to their customers. Located off Junction Avenue in Sturgis, South Dakota, Grocery Mart says go Scoopers.
It's a particular kind of joy when people come together. There's really nothing like it. And isn't it amazing, in that magic moment, how all the distance between us, all the obstacles, just disappear? Wherever, whenever, however. Connecting you to what matters most.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
The Home Slice Group. Your customers love your business, but you need more of them. That's where we come in. We work with great brands, connecting them to the right audience using video, website development, digital, and audio. All tied together with intelligent media placement to get as many people to your front door as possible. You concentrate on running your business while we concentrate on growing your business. Elevate your brand with us, the Home Slice Group.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
At Dakota Discount RV, our mission is to make your RV experience fun and easy by providing quality recreational vehicles, competitive pricing, and professional sales and service. We're proud to offer the finest names in RVs. Our big inventory of fifth wheels, travel trailers, and toy haulers allow us to save customers thousands of dollars compared to most dealers. Come see us at either of our two locations, 3330 East Mall Drive, Rapid City, or 11200 JB Road, Exit 48, Somerset.
Where can you get surprisingly great rates on auto and renter's insurance? At State Farm. I'm State Farm Agent Matt McCormick, and I'm your one-stop shop in Rapid City for protecting your car and your stuff for surprisingly great rates. So stop looking around. Call me, State Farm Agent Matt McCormick, for surprisingly great auto and renter's rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
At Security First, we support all the essential banking stuff, like school sports. We also support mobile deposits. But have you ever heard a mobile deposit belt out your school fight song with a mouthful of popcorn? I don't think so. Any bank these days can snap a picture of your check. Only a community bank could snap a picture of you spilling your nachos as your team scores the game-winning point. Security First, the bank you cheer with. Member FDIC.
Pick up the win tonight, 54-26 over Thunder Basin out of Wyoming. And now we're getting ready for the Scooper Boys team, who is red hot this year. And gentlemen, I don't think the Scooper Boys have lost a duel all year. They are undefeated heading into tonight's matchup against Thunder Basin.
And you're right, Gary. They've won all their duels, and I think they've won all their tournaments they've been in.
I think so.
They have won all their tournaments. They've been doing really, really good job. You know, they've fought through some injuries. They've fought through some sicknesses, that sort of thing. So they're plugging and playing several different wrestlers into that starting lineup. Those kids still getting the job done, so good things from the Scoopers today.
Well, we've talked about before, gentlemen, Sturgis is so deep on their wrestling team this year. They have 4 or 5 people in weight classes that can come up and be number one on anyone else's team.
That's right.
That is true. Again, I was talking before. I've talked on previous broadcasts. It's great to have quality wrestlers on your JV, because those kids make great practice partners. They make great fill-ins for when injuries and sicknesses and those things happen. You know, just that plug and play when you've got 100 kids in your wrestling room. That's what you get. And Scooper boys have really put on a show this year so far.
Well, and it's nice. The attitude of the coaches team, or excuse me, coaches for the Sturgis wrestling team are next man up. Someone goes down, next man up. You're it, and you're expected to do very well.
Several wrestlers number one in the state coming in here tonight as well.
That's
so Sturgis
true.
has a very, very deep roster this year.
Let's talk about Thunder Basin. Thunder Basin has won the last 2 state titles in Wyoming. Talking to the Sturgis coaching staff tonight. Look at the 138 weight class. You've got Henry Brecken from Thunder Basin versus Mason Hagen. That's going to be a dogfight.
That is. Brecken Henry, correct me if I'm wrong, you actually told me this. He's a 2-timer already.
He's a according to the Sturgis-bound high school staff, he is a 2-time state champion.
Unbelievable, because in Wyoming you don't get to start until you're a freshman in high school.
Gotcha.
Meaning he's a junior right now. He won as a freshman and as a sophomore, so that kid is stout. Mason Hagen, of course, just a freshman this year, but as an 8th grader last year, made the finals. Made a real good run at actually winning a state title himself as an 8th grader. So that, I think, is going to be the match to watch in that tournament, or in this duel rather. I was reflecting back to the Rapid City Invite earlier this year. In that weight class, when as things played out, Mason and Brecken actually got to wrestle each other in the 3rd and 4th place match. Close match, and see if I can find it here. I had it written down, but I seem to have lost it. Not 100% sure how that ended up. I'll find that for you real quick, but that is going to be the match of the night, I believe.
I think so.
Well, and talking about the Sturgis Scoopers while you're looking that up, I talked to the coaching staff tonight. They are, for the most part, healthy. They've had a few slight injuries. They've had an injury on junior varsity, but quite honestly, everyone's in good shape coming into this. We talked earlier, after this match is over, the varsity heads to the Press Show Mid-Dakota Monster match in Press Show. And as we were saying earlier during the girls match, you really get to see a different type of wrestling technique with some of these East River wrestlers, and that's one of the reasons Sturgis is going there.
It's really good to see different competition as the state tournament gets closer and closer and closer. You don't want to have your very first look at a wrestler be at the state tournament.
Yeah.
If you can see them once during the season, kind of see what they've got, what they're doing. Just
Ladies and gentlemen, your announcers just got assaulted by a T-shirt.
Oh my word! I don't know who threw that.
I don't know who threw it, but
it was a good arm. Our future quarterback, whoever that was. Holy smokes!
Holy cow! Thank you, whoever it was. We've got some young guys that came over and picked up the T-shirt.
They did good.
and I'm fine.
Okay,
fine.
I'll
Thank
just
you,
make
Gary.
sure. Well, I don't know if it went right between you and Greg, so I was out of the clear on that one.
We almost lost our notes. That was crazy. Getting back to that 138 matchup between Mason and Brecken, Brecken Henry and Hagen wrestled each other in the 3rd and 4th place matchup at the Rapid City Invite, and Henry ended up coming out victorious in that match by major decision, 9-0. So we'll see if Mason can close the gap and maybe change his strategy in that, because it's a few weeks, 3-4 weeks ago that happened. Mason's no stranger, last year, as I talked about him making the state finals as an 8th grader, the wrestler that he matched up against in the finals, he had also wrestled at the Rapid City Invite earlier that year. And I mean, if I'm being honest, Mason kind of got wrecked in that match. His opponent put it to him at the Rapid City Invite. But like I say, Mason got a chance to see him, got to understand what he did, made some adjustments himself. They match up in the state finals, and Mason almost came away with the win in that match. It was an incredible match, one of my favorite ones of the state tournament. So those gaps can close, and Mason's a smart enough wrestler to figure it out. So we'll see if that 9-0 major that Henry got over Mason in the Rapid City Invite this year, if that gap gets closed and maybe Mason can come away with a win.
And you know, it's always amazing in wrestling how personal wrestling is. You're going against somebody you've gone against 3-4 times. It's not like football where you go out, you block somebody, you're probably not going to see him again the rest of the season.
Right.
But with wrestling, it's a little different. You get out there, it's personal in that you know how that other wrestler wrestles and what their technique's going to be.
Yep, and you know, there's really two different ways to look at that. I mean, when as a wrestler who say you got beat 9-0, for example, some wrestlers go, okay, that kid's tough and maybe I can't beat him. I promise you Mason Hagan is not that wrestler. Mason Hagan says, okay, I got beat 9-0. How did I get beat 9-0? And that is not happening again.
Wrestlers are very methodical on how they look, how they break down the match, what they need to do different. If I do this, then I'll do this next time. And that is indeed the sport of wrestling.
Indeed it is. Looks like we'll only have one forfeit tonight, guys, and that's going to be at 2:15. Looks like Zoll Irian will get the win for Sturgis. Looks like it'll be the only open tonight for Thunder Basin.
Talk about Zoll just a little bit. He's had an amazing season so far. Not 100% sure of his record, but I think that he's undefeated right now going in. So yep. He's been an absolute stud. It's too bad that we can't see him wrestle tonight, but Zoll will go on to Mid Dakota Monster tomorrow and put his skills to the test. So.
Well, and just to remind everyone, Sturgis beat Basin on December 22nd, 63-11. That doesn't mean anything. Right now, Basin's got a full roster. They're ready to go. And don't you think they kind of want to come back from that defeat at Gillette on the 22nd? A little revenge factor might be going here.
For sure. Well, and you know, when you look at team scores, a lot of times 63-11 or whatever, I promise you a lot of those matches were close, right? They may be coin flips, maybe an opportunity to reverse some of those points, and so Thunder Basin's looking to pick up those coin flips and make this close with the scoops tonight.
And we've talked about this before. Because of the nature of the sport, you can be ahead 6-0, 9-0, whatever. Make one mistake, open yourself up, and you're pinned.
Yep, it can happen just like that. So,
Sully Sigmund will be our first wrestler up, guys, at 106, and he'll get Colby Parker of Thunder Basin High School.
Sullivan, for me, is one of my favorite wrestlers to watch, and when you look at the wrestling style across the Scoopers team, it's very aggressive and very in your face, and Sullivan Sigmund he's aggressive, don't get me wrong, but he is methodical and he's patient, and he gets himself into good positions, and he wrestles through any bad spots. So he's one of my favorite wrestlers to watch just because of how calm he is, and he's only a sophomore. Still a lot of room to grow for Sully and his skills, but just a really fun, solid wrestler to watch. Quick high C attempt, switches off to a double. Sully looking to cover the hips. There's a three-point takedown. He's got it and got his legs split. If he can crawl, let those legs slip a little bit, but he's still got a leg Turk in, it looks like maybe. Nope, Thunder Basin's worked out of that as well. So Sully going to work on top. Up 3-0 with a minute left in the first period. Looks like he's going to turn him loose. There's a 1-point escape. And Sully going back to work on his feet. When Sully decides to go and shoot, you know, I mean, he's, like I said, methodical being, he just kind of stalks his opponent, like gets him right where he wants to be. And then when he decides to fire, he's like a lightning bolt, as you just saw by that low single.
Lock and loaded.
Got him right to his back, caught that arm, switched off to it, jump side, switched off to a quick half. looking for the fall here. Thunder Basin doing a good job trying to fight that left arm through between the bodies. Sullivan keeps that arm caught, adjusts his grip, posts that left arm out above his head. Referee counting near fall. 8 seconds remaining in the period. I believe Sully's just going to kind of hang out here and not get too aggressive. If he can get the pin in the next couple seconds, fine. But he was just fine there, taking a 10-1 lead at the end of the first period. Thunder Basin's choice. Sully tying a shoe, and in high school wrestling now, you've got to tape your shoes, Velcro your laces, whatever it is. If your shoelaces come undone, that is a stall warning. And
Okay.
Sully was tying his shoe and got called for a stall warning.
I think they
Immediately
both got
after
called
that,
for a stall.
Thunder Basin kid goes, "Oh, my shoe's untied too," and
just do
he'll,
mine.
he'll take a stalling call as well.
Yeah.
So,
And the reason for that rule is laces get caught in the eye sometimes.
I think one, it slows the match down when you're kind of taking a break and tying your shoe, and some people used to take that as an opportunity to kind of just take an extra beat and catch their breath. And you want to keep those laces all together so that no fingers or anything like that can get caught in them. But quick escape there by Sully. Sullivan doing a nice job. Up 10 points right now. Kind of a slow shot. I don't even know if he meant to take that shot, but ends up coming up into that, getting that left arm trapped and or right arm trapped and dumping it for a quick 3-point takedown as well. Minute 30 left in the second period. Sullivan Sigmund up 14-1. If he can get another quick turn, tilt here. He's got that left chicken wing in, left bar, and that right side half. Depending on what the wrestler will give him, if he's just going to drive him right over the top. And that is tight. There's the fall.
Yep.
So Sullivan Sigmund gets the first pin of the night for the Sturgis boys. They go up 6-0. No, I was impressed with Sully. He's a strong young man for his size.
Oh, he's super strong, super fast, and just so smart. Like I say, he's one of my favorite wrestlers to watch just because of the mind. And again, he comes from a wrestling family. His dad's coached AAU for, a long time, and so he's been around the sport for forever.
Tice Dunn up next, guys. He gets Caesar Orzoko of Thunder Basin.
Tice wearing that mask. He's had kind of a broken nose throughout the season. He's been fighting, but can't seem to get it healed. So that's what the black mask that Tice is wearing comes with. A quick takedown there. Goes to work on top. Has that left arm trapped. Right leg in, laced up, keeping him stretched out to the belly. Looking for that left side bar. Tight waist and bar. Switches off to the left leg coming in. Again, he's kind of trying that crossbody ride. If you can rotate the hips and hit a crossface, sometimes you can turn your opponent's back to the mat. You're just looking for near fall there. Got that crossbody ride, going for the forearm. If he can put that over his head and reach behind his head, it sort of becomes a reverse half with that leg in. It gets really tight. Switches off to that, goes back to the crossface, but Thunder Basin doing a good job fighting off a tough leg ride there by Tice Dunn.
And of course, with the out of bounds rule now, with the change, you only need 1 point in bounds. If both wrestlers go off, no point or nothing touched in bounds, it's out of bounds.
That's correct. Yep. Tice cuts him loose, so gives up the escape point, goes back to work on his feet. There's a quick low single. Elevates it. Ooh, nice job scrambling out of that, but kind of charged in on him, and Tice doing a good job staying composed. Hits another shot in on another single leg. See if he can get that arm out behind. Arm out, rather. Spinning around behind, still neutral, no points awarded. There's a takedown by Tice. Up 6-1 now with 17 seconds remaining in the first period. Now Tice will kind of look to just ride this period out, keep that pressure on, not allow, oh, maybe going for a quick cheap tilt. Couldn't get it, man. Thunder Basin doing a good job fighting off a lot of Tice's moves, and he's put some pressure on top. Tice is doing a good job on it in that top position, but Sturgis gets the choice. Tice chooses to defer. Thunder Basin choosing to go neutral. And away we go with the second period. See if Tice can keep going to that offense. There's a right side single. Gets that leg up, shelves it, keeps that leg this time. Last time Tice got that single, he was able to kick out of it, but Tice kept that nice and tight to his chest and didn't let him kick out of that.
Just joined us. Sturgis Scoopers on the team points are ahead 6-0.
Tice breaks his wrestler down, collects that left hand wing, looking to get that right side half. Drive it right over the top of his head. This is the exact same move that Sullivan Sigmund got his pin on. And there's another pin. You can walk that wing off to the left. You can jump sides and get that half on the right. Or the method that both Sullivan and Tice did would just go ahead and drive him right over the top of his head.
So with that, the Sturgis Scoopers go ahead 12-0 over the Thunder Basin Bolts. Who we got next, Gary?
Yep. Got Tyler Baldwin is up next. This is the 120-pound match, and he'll get Lucas Sterling.
Tyler Baldwin being called to the wrestling mat. Returning state champion for the Scoops.
Yep.
Every wrestler's kind of got their little pre-match ritual as far as how they put their, a lot of times they'll put a leg anklet on to determine red or green as far as points, but of course Sturgis is always going to be red at home. So you'll see the little ritual before they ever go and toe the line. Tyler punishing that head, going back down, hitting that quick is just like a fake shot just to get him moving right back to the head again. Tyler is so strong, and he'll hit this little slide by. I bet you anything we get to see this slide by. I'll show you what it is. Nobody does it better than Tyler.
Well, it's interesting. Tyler will charge and just see how the other wrestler reacts.
Yeah. Yep, Tyler's got, again, a lot of tools in the tool belt, and he can hurt you in a lot of ways. There's a 3-point takedown by Tyler, and goes ahead and goes out of bounds. We'll restart in the center. Tyler on top. 3-0 with a minute 5 remaining in the first period now.
Team score 12-0. Scoopers on top.
Tyler kind of keeping wrist control, looking for that left side bar. Tight waist, head lever. Turns them loose, goes back to their feet where Tyler's just so dangerous. Goes down to a knee. Thunder Basin does a good job matching his level. There's that slide by attempt. He didn't get it, but that's the slide by that Tyler's got. And just watch that up and down, in and out motion that Tyler creates on his feet. Just kind of keeps his opponent off balance the entire time. Head snap right to a shot, back up to that head.
A lot of times you'll see Tyler Baldwin give up one to try to get another takedown and get the 3.
Yeah, there's a bunch of wrestlers on Sturgis' team. Parker Graveman loves it on his feet. He'll cut opponents loose. Tyler also just about as dangerous as they come on their feet. He's not afraid at all to go ahead and turn you loose and get another takedown. Thunder Basin choice here. See what they decide to do. I'm going to go ahead and defer over to Tyler. Tyler is going to choose neutral.
Not surprising him the ability of Tyler Baldwin to get a takedown.
Yep. Just these little head fakes and jab steps and getting that opponent to react. Tyler basically storing that information away. Like, when I moved like this, how did he step? And then he'll, later on in this match, he's going to use that against him. Big part of what I love about wrestling is just the chess match.
Yes.
You know, little throw attempt by Thunder Basin there. Tyler fended that off, tried to throw of his own. They kind of both come up into this wizard position, and out of bounds they go. No points awarded.
That was close for Tyler because Thunder Basin almost got points on that.
It did. It did. That was a nice little throw attempt by Lucas there.
With the score 3-1 in the match, that's a dangerous move.
Little hand fighting going on. Tyler trying to circle back to the center. Lucas keeping good pressure moving forward, keeping the hand control on Tyler, not allowing him to get. There's a snap. Little shot and down block by Tyler. Tyler's awful good and quick at the. You got to be real fast to get to Tyler's legs.
For sure. Very competitive though so far.
Yeah, this has been great.
They went out of bounds.
Out of bounds again. They're working the edges a little bit. A lot of referees will try and keep you in the center of the mat. These guys will, they'll do what they want. They'll wrestle the edges of the mat and they'll move them around and. Those quick little tap and goes and half snaps, just moving his opponent around. There's another one trying to get that arm free, clears that tie. That little jab step, that little jab kind of fake level change that Tyler does, and that's also going to come around eventually here. You're going to see him do something with that. He's been measuring how he's taken that step every time he does it. Second period comes to a close. We can actually call that a win for Lucas in that because so. Tyler chose neutral and was unable to get the takedown there. Lucas Sterling I believe he deferred in that first period, so Lucas chose top here. Must be kind of a leg rider, trying to get a mat return. Tyler up to his feet, keeps fighting, hits a quick switch once he's returned, back to his feet again, trying to fight those hands. And Lucas returns him to the mat finally. And you'll see him, Lucas digging with that right foot, trying to get that leg in. He's a leg rider. A lot of times you'll see those leg riders choose top. I wondered if maybe he wouldn't try and ride legs. Finally, Tyler gets back to his feet and fights that lock and gets the 1 point escape, up 4-1 with 1:26 left in the third period.
So if you're Tyler Baldwin with 1:19 left, you don't want to be too conservative.
Oh, I mean, he's still going to want to score some points, no doubt. Stay in good, solid position and not put yourself into too much danger. Lucas needing the takedown here to tie it up, so Tyler will stick with his offense and keep that pressure on, but he's also going to be patient and try not to put himself into too dangerous of a spot because there's a stalemate called. Referee determined no quality action could happen right there on the edge of the mat and hands were tied up, so we're going to restart in the center.
So remember, each wrestler does have a stall warning, so one more it would be a point, wouldn't it, Greg?
So that I believe was in another match.
Okay.
That was Tice's match that they both got the shoelaces done
the
there.
Shoelaces.
Yep.
The shoelaces, yes.
But yes, you're correct. If a wrestler gets 2 stall warnings, that is a point. Nice. Tyler got in on that single from that left side underhook, kind of shot cross body there. And there's a 3-point takedown. I didn't hear that. Everybody said 3.
I actually said 3. what we're talking about, folks, is it's always been 2 for decades.
Correct.
And now it's 3, and it just doesn't sound the same.
Period ends. Tyler Baldwin wins 7-2 in a nice, tough fought match.
Yep.
That was a good win, but again,
Great
you'll see
win.
Tyler just kind of, he's got the lead. He's going to stay patient. Got himself into that underhook. Took a nice quality shot that's not too dangerous. Ended up getting the takedown to extend his lead up by 5. So well done.
So with that, the Sturgis Scoopers go ahead of the Thunder Basin Bolts 15-0.
15-0.
Or 15-0, as they say in English.
If you're doing soccer, yes, indeed.
Who do we got here? Is this Tate and Adams?
All right, guys, now we're getting, well, let me see. My internet went down, so. This is Tate and Adams, our sophomore, yep.
Perfect. Got a little bit of an elevated position. It's kind of hard to see sometimes, and Taten's had himself a good season as well. He is a battler. He won his wrestle off to claim that varsity spot in the tough match, probably his toughest match of the year, if I'm being honest. And Taten is just so strong, as you can just see by that quick little throw attempt. Wasn't able to quite hold onto that hold, but that was going right to his back. As it is, he takes a 3-point lead for that takedown and going to work on top. This is one of the weight classes where Sturgis is deep. We've got a returning state placer that is didn't win that wrestle off against Taten here. That tells you how solid this team is, and specifically this weight class for Sturgis.
Barrett Green is who he's wrestling, by the way, for Thunder Basin.
We do have our internet back now.
Yep, it's back.
And KBHP paid the bill, so they turned it back on.
They turned it back on. Well, our card kind of misses a step once in a while.
Taten working a little spiral ride there, trying to get him stretched out. Nice deep waist. You'll see wrestlers just go from move to move to move. Taten's really good at that. Went from a spiral ride right to the deep waist and trying to work that half. That's not going, so he's going to try and maintain control, return the mat, and while he comes down to the mat, as he just did, he's working to get hand control on there and maintain that ride as the time expires in the first period, not allowing the escape. Good job, Taten. Sturgis' choice on that in this match, and Taten decides to defer to Barrett. Barrett is going to choose neutral. Little slide by attempt there from Taten. Reshot by Barrett. Taten in on a nice deep whizzer. Oh, let go of the whizzer and give up the 3-point takedown. Now he's got to go to work on bottom, get those points back. Barrett Green and Taten Adams, both sophomores. Quick switch attempt. Very nicely executed by Taten there. Gets him bellied out, gets that 2-point reversal. Going to work. Got that left bar, tried to dig it out, was unable to get it behind his back, but was able to sneak in that left hand chicken wing. Try and walk that around his head. They are on the edge of the mat, so if he's gonna walk that around the head, he's gonna have to turn him and pull him back inbounds in order to get that back exposed. All the Gillette wrestlers got to do is lift his feet there. Out of bounds they go. 50 seconds remaining in the second period. Taten Adams up 5-3 on Barrett Green.
Caution green looked like he didn't have his hands positioned right.
Yep. There are 2 lines on the mat, and the down wrestler has got to have their knees behind the back line and their hands in front of the front line. And if they're not, they'll call a caution. Make sure that you're lined up right. Tayton breaks him down. He's got that left hand wing. Now we're in the center of the mat. We'll see if he can walk that head and get that turn that he was looking for over on the edge just a second ago. Nice top pressure by Tayton, keeping those hips broke down and all that weight that Tayton's got, which isn't much, but all of his weight is up on his head, not allowing his opponent to build up.
And that's the key. Keep the pressure on the opposing wrestler.
It's a hard concept for wrestlers, especially younger wrestlers, high school wrestlers, to grasp, is that top pressure. But when you see someone that does know how to apply it like Tayton does, I mean, it's pretty evident that, you know, your opponent cannot move on bottom. Second period comes to an end. Again, Tayton up 5-3, close match.
Scooper's up 15-0 in the team points.
Oh, Bob, we got another shoelace problem.
Shoelace again. Shoelace again.
What happens when the shoelace comes undone?
Stall warning. Stall warning.
Better double knot that, Tayton.
That's right.
Might have to go with the Velcro next time.
Yes, yes.
Usually see wrestlers just throw a little athletic tape around it. But there's another caution.
Caution green.
That time he cinched up that tight waist too weight. Your hand's got to be directly over the belly button. If it's anything past that, then the ref will call a caution. So that is Thunder Basin's second caution in the match. Get another one, we're talking about points given up, so don't want to have that happen.
No.
Tayton doing a good job scooting, creating a little space, ends up facing him, gets in on the leg. Let's see if he can get his hips underneath him and his head up. Trapping that right arm, maybe looking for a little bit of a dump. He's got to get that tight, but hand control by Tayton. He's out. He's just got to get his legs clear. Thunder Basin still in control here until Tayton just dropped down to a leg. Thunder Basin technically is still on top until Tayton gets around behind.
You've got to get that arm off Tayton. There it is.
There's the 2-point reversal. Fought off well by Barrett, but in the end, Tayton coming away with a reversal with 1 minute remaining in the period. Tayton Adams up 7-3.
You know, the enormous amount of torque these wrestlers face when they're in those positions is incredible.
It sure is. And that's where flexibility becomes a benefit. If you can bend a little bit further than the other guy and still stay strong. Tayton keeping that good top pressure. Barrett's able to build up to his base, but again, that pressure that Tayton is applying on top is keeping Barrett's head down to the mat. It's going to be hard to get an escape. There's a stalling call on Thunder Basin. He's not opening up and trying to gain any ground on that. That's just a testament to Tayton's ride, though. Again, that top pressure, where's he going to go?
It's like we used to say, if you're on the bottom, you want to look at the ref and say, what do you suggest?
Exactly. Yeah, he didn't really have much of an option there. Tayton's ride is just so tough. 3, 2, 1. And that's going to be a final. 7-3. Tayton Adams over Barrett Green.
So Sturgis goes up 18-0 in the team points. It's time very quickly for our Friday night funny. We do this all the time on a Thursday night. Are you ready?
Go for it.
Man goes into a doctor. Doc says, I've got bad news. You have 6 months to live. The man says, I want a second opinion. Doc says, okay, you're ugly too. Tough doctors in our country.
Tough doctors.
Oh, boy, I guess.
Tough. So the rest of the match, you guys have to come up with something.
All right. Next one up, Parker Graveman, guys, at 132. He gets Liam Green of Thunder Basin.
Like we were talking earlier, Parker is just so good on his feet. He's a wrestler that if he can get to his offense and get to it early, he'll look how fast. Just snap down, go behind, quick 3 points, trying to return him to the mat. If Parker can't get anything hooked up real quick, he'll just put the pressure on his head, turn him loose, as he's doing right now, and go back to work and find another takedown. 3-1 the score. the motion that Parker creates too, just real quick spin through, kind of got caught, changed direction, spun through. Referee calls him out of bounds. No points awarded, but yeah, heavy hands, quick feet for Parker. Quick low single. See if he can get his head up into that little waterfall position. Now switches off, trying to get to that waist and pop his head out for that takedown until he can get around behind. There's got the leg lock. That could be. Still a little bit of scrambling position here. No points awarded for the takedown. Thunder Basin doing a good job trying to, and calls that stalemate.
Yep.
Interesting spot, but
It
we'll take
was.
that. It's all right. Back to our feet we go.
And what's the definition of a stalemate, Greg?
Just basically where that's a nice Thunder Basin wrestler just tried a quick little boot scoot, which I love that takedown, but Parker was ready for it, just kind of sagged back and held position, ended up getting the takedown himself. So Parker up 6-1. What was the question? Sorry.
No, you're good. You just keep calling. I'll ask dumb questions.
No, that wasn't a dumb question. That was
So-
a great question. I just.
As we watch two wrestlers go at what point do you call a stall?
Well, a stalling, if one wrestler is trying not to improve, the referee called a stalemate there, which just means that in the ref's eyes, he didn't think that there was an opportunity for either wrestler to improve their position, so he's just going to stop the match, let it get restarted, versus wasting time getting nowhere.
Okay. Thank you.
You bet.
Start of period 2.
Great
6-1
question.
lead.
Sorry, I
Yep.
forgot about it.
Not a problem.
Parker leaves 6-1, by the way, as we open period 2.
There's a quick slide by. Got that near leg trapped, but got around behind the arm, so Parker gets another 3-point takedown. Got that near leg in. There is a move that you can do. It's a little bit tricky. Usually you just want to get that leg out of there, as Parker did, and gets around behind. Now he's going to work on top. Up 9-1 with 1:30 left in the second period. It wouldn't surprise me to see either Parker, just going to cut him loose, kind of make him work to get to his feet and cut him loose. And Parker's got some cheap tilts in his tool belt there as well. Just cheap tilts are just an opportunity to roll your opponent, expose those shoulders. Generally not going to come away with a pin in those, but it's a good way to get some quick near fall. Parker's got those at his disposal, instead chooses to go back to his feet. And that's why there's another 3-point takedown for Parker. Up 12-2 now with 50 seconds remaining in the second period. Out front, digging that bar, kind of takes a quick look at the clock, quick look over to the coach and says, yeah, I got time for another takedown. I'll go ahead and cut him loose here. Parker always does a hard cut. You know, you can just turn your opponent loose, but Parker always makes him work to get back to his feet a little bit. We call that a hard cut. 12-3 now with that escape point. Parker digs that left side underhook, heavy on the head. He's going to look to probably just throw this by and drop down onto that. Oh, nice little cross pick attempt. Well defended by Thunder Basin. Parker comes right back up, tries to get that front headlock position, but again, Thunder Basin doing a good job circling out of that. Time expires. 12-3 at the end of the second period. Thunder Basin choice on what we're going to do, how we're going to start the third. Thunder Basin chooses bottom.
So if you're Parker Graben, do you let him up?
He could. You know, like I said, Parker's so good on his feet. I mean, he could choose to try and ride him out here, or he could just say, you know what, let's just go back to our feet. However he's feeling there. I think Parker's got the ability to ride this whole period out.
Well, and you burn up some time too.
Yep.
Sure.
And they did. Let 15 seconds come off the clock, then kind of let him up. 12-4 now with that escape point. Low single,
Oh.
switches off to a double, puts him right to his back. Referee counting near fall. Didn't quite get the 2
Not
count.
quite,
We're
yep.
not going to get those, but we are going to get the 3-point takedown. Parker up 15-4 with 1:20 left in the third period. He had about 1.5 there. Needed 2. Parker cutting him loose, looking to, so it's 15-5 now. I think Parker at this point in the match is thinking tech fall. 2 more takedowns basically gets you there. There's one.
There's one, yep.
If he can put him to his back real quick, he'd take that, but as it is, I'll bet you he just turns him loose. Yep. He's going to hard cut, 50 seconds remaining. Look for one more takedown to get a tech fall. Up 12 points right now, 15 points is the tech fall, so one takedown will do it. There's a quick trip, gets in on a
That should do it.
kind of a drive-through single, gets that takedown.
Yep.
21-6 is the final score with 30 seconds remaining in the period. Parker with the tech fall. Nice work.
So with the tech fall, Sturgis Scoopers go up 23-0 over the Bolts here at West Gymnasium. Next up, Mason Hagen for the Scoopers.
This is the match we were talking about.
Yep, Brecken Henry is his opponent.
Brecken Henry, a 2-time state champ from Wyoming.
This is going to be a match, ladies and gentlemen.
Mason always stays in such good position too, and he's always looking to get onto that offense. He's got that fireman's that he'll dump. There it is, on cue. Keep that. Ooh, fought off of. That's just an amazing, good job there by Brecken fighting off of that. Most people are going to their back there. Instead, Brecken finds a way to get back to his feet and ends up getting into a shot of his own. Mason in this waterfall position, we need to just kind of keep. Ideally, you were just looking to tie him up and have this ref call a stalemate. Brecken's going to keep working to put Mason on his back. Mason hips in, does a nice job, and the scramble continues. Brecken, no points awarded here.
Nope, didn't get any.
No points. Mason trying to get around behind Brecken, keeping that leg. Oh. Brecken pulling that leg in. Mason trying to keep it extended, making it hard for him to pull that leg in and get the takedown. Brecken trying to get his head back underneath in order to get back to that waterfall position. 0-0, 40 seconds remain. I believe a stalemate probably is coming here.
I was going to say, I don't think either could advance.
Oh,
Well, they're
Brecken brings it up to his feet.
Yeah.
Out of bounds they go. When you're a 2-time state champ, you're not usually used to terribly close matches. There's another fireman's attempt, but Brecken scrambling.
Got out of it, yep.
Throws
No
those
points
hooks in, no points awarded, but Brecken reverses that. Goes from his back to putting Mason on his back, counting off near fall.
Mason fighting it.
Mason is fighting it.
He's battling. Not yet. It's close. Oh,
No, time
and the period
expires.
ran out. Saved by the buzzer. I
Very
guess you
good,
could
but
say.
that is how fast that can go. That was the
Wow.
tightest period that we've seen, and all of a sudden in the last 6 seconds, Mason gives up 7 points because he gets taken down right to his back. It's all right. We're still alive to fight
Still
and
going. Very
can get him
competitive.
back.
Yep.
That is incredible. I got to give Brecken serious props there. The hips and mat awareness that Brecken had, I mean, he was on his back and the takedown was there.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how he fought off of that. It was great. Mason wanting to go back to his feet, cuts him loose. Brecken gets the 1-point escape, going up 8-0. Mason needing to get to his offense now. He's hit that fireman's twice and just needing to keep that arm. Nice little drag. Mason doing a good job fighting that off. Brecken's got his hands locked around the waist. Out of bounds they go, no points awarded. Usually if you can get your hands locked around legs, you start cinching that up and there's nowhere to go. Mason doing a good job working out of that too. Both these guys are scrambling really, really well.
Sure are.
Do you get the feeling it's going to come down to somebody making a small mistake?
Well, I would argue that Mason made one there in that first period, right at the end, to go up 7-0, and for Brecken when he went up 7-0, that was a small mistake on Mason's part, and just like that, you spot your opponent 7 points. There's a stalemate.
Oh, stalemate, yeah.
But Mason's now almost looking a little bit leery of those scramble situations. You see that last shot that he took was kind of half-hearted. He's going to have to get back to his offense. There he goes. Now he's moving more like we're used to seeing Mason move. Brecken must be so strong. He just kind of brought that leg in. We're on the edge of the mat again. Good head position by Mason, keeping him away. Brecken snaps him down to move his head around. Does a little hip trip, bellies Mason out, but they're right on the edge of the mat. Stalemate. 20 seconds remaining in the second period. I like the movement on the feet in that series. Mason looked more aggressive. There's that fireman's position. Let's see if we can pull one off. Brecken in on that near ankle. Mason needs to really pull on that arm that he's got. No points awarded. Back to a little bit of a scramble. His time expires. Nothing.
So now it comes down to the third period. Mason Hagen's down by 8 points.
Yeah,
He's got to go at it now, doesn't he, Greg?
Yes, he does, and he will.
Now the Thunder Basin coach wants to talk to the referee. He thought he had some points there just before the buzzer.
Thought he had that takedown. The ref was right there, though. He's staring right at it, and I think when they're tied up like that.
Referee explained to the coach why he did not award the points.
Yep.
Now you have two referees here tonight. One referee can overrule the other if he invites him to do so. Is that correct?
So the second referee is there to basically be a second set of eyes. So he can help. He can just help with seeing things because they'll stay on opposite ends of the mat. So they basically are doing their best to keep a 360-degree view of the matches, and depending on which way action goes, one ref may be able to see something better than the other. So high-profile duel like this with back-to-back state champ Thunder Basin against back-to-back state champ Sturgis Brown Scoopers. It's pretty cool we got two refs for this, making sure that everything's seen to the best of their ability.
Right now in team score, Sturgis is ahead 23-0. And we're in the 138 weight class.
Little head tap and quick shot attempt. They're back into that fireman's, trying to cinch up that arm. Brecken doing a good job keeping his arm short, not allowing Mason to pull that underneath him, which is what Mason needs to do in order to complete that fireman's. Brecken kind of just holding on, going to look for the stalemate and restart.
Yep,
there it is.
Make him restart, yep.
That's what really good wrestlers do. They know when they're kind of in danger, and they'll just tie him up and just wait. We'll restart. He's not in any trouble to. If he lets that go, he may be in trouble.
Right.
So just go ahead and hold on. And
right now it looks like we have a blood.
Yep.
A little blood out there.
Looks like Brecken.
Both these very good wrestlers. They're both going at it. Mason Hagen kind of gave up a little in that first period that kind of got to him, but since then he's wrestled very well.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're talking about one takedown that went to your back. That's a 7-point move. We're down 8-0.
Yeah.
And the 8th point came when Mason just kind of turned him loose.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's about as close to a 0-0 match. Oh man, that was a nice little shuck. Mason doing a good job countering that. I don't know what the competition's like in Wyoming. I'm not sure if Brecken is used to being in matches like this, because I'm telling you, that kid is legit good. His mat awareness is incredible.
Now, Brecken Henry of Thunder Basin High School is a very good wrestler, two-time state champ, as we said.
Yep.
It's kind of cool that we're able to match up with him in such a good way. And we know that Mason, we know what kind of a wrestler Mason is. We know he's awful good. So when you tee off up against a two-time state champ in a different state, this is a different look for both of them. You know, they're generally not used to.
Oh, going to go out of bounds.
both trying different throws. 7 seconds remaining. Mason's going to basically go desperation mode. Got to put him to his back and pin him, which is just going to run out of time.
No.
I mean,
it's not going to have enough time to do
Brecken Henry knows that, and he's just going to match him.
Quick headlock attempt, which he had to do. That, I mean, is an eight-point match, but really we're talking about one move there. That I'd say that match kind of lived up to everything that we hoped it would.
I think so. Very competitive.
Yep.
So 23-4. That's the first points of the night on the team side for Thunder Basin, and that's going to set up next Josiah Drummer and Riley Bruin at 144, guys.
Josiah's another fun one. I enjoy watching when they're on their feet. He's so quick and heavy-handed and looking for shots. He kind of just fits the Sturgis mold. His dad being at Ellsworth, I mean, they're a military family, travel around. Wrestling is kind of in the blood for the Drummer family, and but a lot of Josiah's wrestling, you know, when it's overseas, America's the only one that really wrestles folk style wrestling, which is what we're seeing right now. So Josiah grew up in a freestyle, in a lot of freestyle countries in Japan and in Guam, and when you're wrestling in those places, it's a different style of wrestling. So early on, I think that Josiah was struggling a little bit, but as the season's gone on, he's just getting better and better and better and figuring this folk style. And now he wrestled folk style a little bit, you know. I mean, he wasn't completely foreign to him, but
now you're talking folk style versus freestyle. What's the difference?
So many things.
So many things.
When you're watching the Olympics, that is freestyle wrestling. So scoring is different. Like that takedown
for Josiah.
That takedown would have been like one. You can have 1, 2, 3, 5-point takedowns depending on how they go.
Okay.
Freestyle. Every time that you'll see a lot of rolls, gut wrenches, leg laces, anything like that. Every time that you expose your opponent's back to the mat, it's 2 points, 2 points, 2 points. So and a tech fall in freestyle is 10 points. So if you get a 2-point takedown and take off into a roll, you can get a tech fall in 10 seconds.
Sure.
You know, it's just completely different. Josiah comes away with a takedown there, up 3-0, 13 seconds remaining in the first. We're going to see if he can ride him out.
And the Drummer family had a choice, and Josiah wanted to come to Sturgis to wrestle with the Sturgis wrestling team.
Yeah, I think, you know, they're kind of unfamiliar with South Dakota as a whole. Ray, Drummer, Josiah's dad, kind of put in a little work. He knew that his son wanted to wrestle. He wanted to put him in the best spot to wrestle. He called around, saw what was available and in the area, and kind of landed on Sturgis and decided to.
From Guam to Sturgis.
How often has that happened? But, you know, we say it all the time, but you can't get a better environment than the Scooper Wrestling Room, and you can see that in the growth of Josiah in this season.
Yeah.
He's a senior this year, so he wanted to complete his high school career in the States, and
Sturgis gives him that opportunity. And remember, Greg, he did not make it through the first tryouts here about a month ago.
Right. Yet another speaking of the depth of the room, Josiah didn't win that wrestle off and had to fight back in various tournaments to pull that off. I'm trying to remember who got him.
But it was a close match and lost in the last seconds.
It was, yeah, it was a fun match to watch. And we got that wing, looking to post that far shoulder, and he just can't quite do it. Good job fighting that off from Thunder Basin. Josiah up 6-0 now, 45 seconds remaining in the second period. The other big difference in freestyle to folk style is in freestyle you can lock your hands. So that's one thing I haven't seen him do is get called for a lot of locked hand calls when that's a definite possibility when you're used to a freestyle.
And we haven't even talked about Greco-Roman, which I'm not sure what that is.
That's the funnest high-flying form of wrestling. You see the biggest throws and the most injuries in that style. It's all upper body. You can't take a shot. You can't take a double leg. That doesn't.
You just
all upper body.
Upper body and try to throw somebody.
Yep.
Or give him a big
slide
hug.
bys, duck unders, all that stuff is still available, but you usually end up with big throws, and it's kind of fun.
2 periods done, and Josiah with a 6-0 lead will start period 3.
On the team scoreboard, it's Scoopers 23, Basin 4.
Thunder Basin choosing top here, which makes me wonder if maybe he's not a leg rider as well.
But you know, Josiah Drummer is so strong. I mean, you look at the kid, he's compact, he's muscular. That's going to be a hard thing to keep him down.
He's stout, no doubt. And he's so, you can tell, for those of you watching, how fast and quick he is. And he's super strong. That's a Thunder Basin chose top there, and that lasted all of 7 seconds before Josiah got that 1-point escape. Back to work on our feet. Ooh, both take a shot. Josiah overpowers him, takes him right down to his back. There's a 3-point takedown, looking for the fall. Got that leg Turk. Let it go so that he can switch around, get on top, and he's looking for that pin. Currently up 10-0. Got 4 points locked in for the near fall. Let's see if we can get the pin. Keeping that head position over the arm. Keeping that arm.
He's got him deep, Greg.
Oh, switches off to a headlock, front headlock. Now belly's down on it. He just needs to walk that head. Oh, jumps side and switches back to a half. Got to catch that arm. Ooh, good job fighting that arm through there. That was a good fight off of his back because Josiah had him about 3 different ways. So with a 4-point near fall, it's 14-0 with 45 seconds remaining. Coaches say, go ahead and turn him loose. Let's get the 3-point takedown and look for that tech. Oh, man. That in and out motion hits that fireman's kind of that dump situation. Just needs to pop his head out. There's 3 points.
There it is. Yep.
17-1. Tech fall takedown clinic there. Good job by Drummer.
Team point scoopers go up 28-4. And now we move on to the 150 match.
Yep. Benjamin Nadig will get Blake Edwards of Thunder Basin High School.
You know,
not the Blake Edwards of the Pink Panther fame, by the way.
Oh, not that Blake Edwards.
Not that Blake Edwards.
You
got to be old enough to know that.
Got to be old enough.
You have to be, Bob.
Who was married to Bo Derek.
Yeah.
And you got to know who that is.
Ben's another one of my favorites. He's got one speed, and that's fast. He and strong. Gosh, he's strong, but for his size, excellent at hand control. Really, he's got that dump, and that fireman's in his bag of tricks.
Yeah, you got that quick 3-point takedown.
Yep, and then turned him loose. There's a quick fireman's attempt. Kind of lost it, going to resettle. He'll keep that arm really tight.
Well.
He'll keep that arm really tight. So long as he's got that arm and that leg, takedown still possible, even though Thunder Basin doing a good job working around behind. Now you're going to see the strength of Nadig. He's just going to hold on to that leg and either try and work his head to the center to get into the waterfall position, or just work that stalemate.
I was going to call a stalemate.
Completely fine for Ben there.
You've said this before tonight, Greg, the waterfall position. What's the advantage of that?
Well, it usually ends up being into a little bit of a scramble position, but when a wrestler gets in on a shot, usually so deep into a shot, and their head is in between the legs, if you sit back on your heels and lift your opponent up, they're basically like a waterfall over your back.
Okay.
You've got the legs up, and the thought there is when you've got both legs in front of you, you're going to look to push and pull one down, push one up, and come around behind. Thunder Basin in on a nice little single. Ben keeping head position and keeping that whizzer. Look at the hand control that Ben has. I mean, he's just constantly fighting those hands. No, there it is. 3-point takedown.
Yep,
he fought
3
that
points.
off.
And that's for Blake for Thunder Basin. He takes a 4-3 lead.
Very nice. 10 seconds remaining in the first.
I know they were right close to the edge of the mat.
They
I was
were.
wondering if they were out of bounds at one point, but they weren't.
And good mat awareness there by Blake. Keeping that toe in. Getting that takedown. 10 seconds in the first period. We'll see if Ben can get that point back and tie this thing up before the period ends. Right to his feet. Blake drops down to the leg, returns into the mat. 5 seconds remaining. Ben's still got a little bit of time, but Blake's kind of got him tied up there. We're going to go into the second period. Blake Edwards up on Ben Natick, 4-3.
On the team score, it's 28-4. Scoopers on top.
Sturgis' choice there. Ben just goes on bottom. Confident that he can get out or come up with that reversal. It's always looking for hand control. You can see right away he drops down to that wrist. There's another one coming over. Catches that wrist coming through and just sits out with it right to his feet. 4-4 is the score. There's a long shot from Ben. Sprawl by Blake and defends that well. Usually like to be a little bit closer before you take those shots, but Ben in that dump.
Yeah.
He's got, it's just a
He'll
kind
get
of
the
a
three,
variation
though,
of
Greg.
fireman's
Yeah, he'll
carry.
take a 7-4 lead.
Does a really nice job on that.
No, got out of bounds.
Fireman's carry, or they call it the Kelly dump. He's got that so well. Oh.
Did we get a caution here?
Yeah, said we got a little bit of a head start on that one, so.
Jump before the whistle.
Yep. Immediate head pressure there from Ben, keeping him stretched out. Blake doing a good job continuing to work to get to his feet, fighting the hands. Ben needs to return him to the mat here, which he does. Goes out and working that left side head lever, right to his feet again, and gets the escape. 7-5 now. Natick up. So a little slide by attempt into a low single, just missed that leg. There's another long shot. Here's your waterfall position. Looking to either just work an arm in between there and come out the backside. Thunder Basin, though, getting a hold of one of Ben's feet, and it's just creating this scramble position. High hips usually win here, so Ben's going to look to come out behind, out the backside there. Thunder Basin looking for the stalemate, which he got. No score.
No, that waterfall position is kind of a rough log.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I'm trying to enlighten people.
That's okay. You keep working on that.
That was my Friday funny. You just stole
it. Sure I did. Right there.
2 periods in the books for these two. 7-5 lead for Benjamin.
That's right. This has been a tight match.
It has
Both
been
wrestlers
a tough one.
wrestling well. See what the third period has to offer here. Blake doing a good job just working to his feet. Ben drops down to a leg to keep that top position. Comes off to his head looking for a cradle. Fought off well and out of bounds they go. No change. Blake still on bottom.
Yep.
I do like how Blake Edwards keeps working to his feet there, though. There's a lot of different ways and methods wrestling from the bottom. I've always been partial to just getting to your feet, especially if you feel good on your feet. Just get that escape point and go to work on your in that neutral position. And he's solid on bottom. Ben's been working side to side and trying to pick up the ankles, trying to do arm chops, different things, and Blake stays nice and calm, just kind of putting that weight back on his feet. There's a switch attempt, defended well by Benjamin. Ben just needs to drive him across the body, look for that leg. Turk can't quite get it. Still on top. Drops back down to the knee trip. Keep that leg. Drive in and keep that leg.
So Nate's got to be a little cautious here. He doesn't want to get too up front, if you will.
Right. And you'll see he's really kind of staying specifically behind the hips almost, like trying those knee and hip trips, staying on the ankles, kind of staying away from that upper body of Blake. Real low on the hips. Blake, that's just an adjustment. Blake doing a good job getting to his feet, so Nate kind of trying to change things up on him a little bit there. There he's got that left arm trapped. Yep. Watch this dump again. There it comes.
There it is.
Got it.
3-point takedown.
Yep.
That's a huge 3-point for Nate.
That should give him enough of an edge here with 10 to go. 10 seconds.
And you just keep driving in and wasting time here. 5-4.
And that's the match.
Got it. And it came down to that very move, guys.
Exactly. 7-6. Came down to if Thunder Basin gets a takedown, it would have been over.
Yep. But Ben wrestled a smart, heady match there. Good win for him against a tough opponent.
So Sturgis goes up 31-4 on the team points. We've got
Jace Thurman up next at 157, and he'll get Christian Bailey.
Jace's motion on his feet starting out a match is always fun to watch. The trick is keeping that pace up throughout the match. We'll see what that looks like when they're neutral coming into the third period if we get there. But you'll see that side to side, up and down, in and out motion, those head fakes, digs that right hand underhook. If he can throw that by, step into that right side single, that'd be good. Tries a little peek, gets that takedown. Nice.
Got the takedown, yep.
Out of bounds. Little knee slide into a peek. That was great.
All right, reset after going out of bounds.
Oop. Jay's got a false start.
Yep, got a false start, yep.
You're always trying to get that split-second edge in this sport.
Oh, nice little Granby roll. Gets out. Christian? Is that who we're?
Christian Bailey.
Christian Bailey. Nice little Granby roll there to get the escape point. Jay's up 3-1. 1 minute remaining in the first. Now, nice little spin round go behind. He's kind of got a near side cradle hooked up. Puts him to his back, looking for the fall.
Good move.
Jay cinch up that half, just settle in. Heavy hips, you got 45 seconds to flatten those shoulders. There it is.
Boom. Got it. Great job by Jace Thurman.
And again, it shows how fast things can change on the wrestling mat.
Really, really quick. That was nice. Good work, Jace.
So Sturgis goes up 37-4 now on the team points. Next up.
It'll be Landon now.
Landon Mayhaffey.
Landon Mayhaffey, the senior, will get Bowden Burash of Thunder Basin. Actually, Landon is a junior. Sorry.
And we're in the 165 weight class.
And we've hit 165, yep.
Kind of moving around, feeling each other out here a little bit. head fakes. And
yeah, a couple of head taps there from both Landon and Bowden.
Yep. Landon with that inside tie, Bowden kind of over the top. They break that, and back to the dance we go.
Yeah, neither one tried. Yeah, there we go.
Come in a little collar tie. Shoots down. Mayhaffey gets his legs back. Got that near ankle. Keep that ankle. Get around behind. There you go. That was nice. Nice work. There's a 3-point takedown for Landon.
We'll give him a 3-0 lead. See if they call this one out of bounds. Not yet. Yep. Actually, they might have called that a stalemate.
Yeah. Either. Yeah, I think they might have went out. They were real close there on the edge.
Very close out of bounds. Yep.
57 seconds remaining in the first. Tight waist, arm chop, gets him back down into that left side bar, working the right side half. We're hooking up that bar on the right side. Landon's going to run around the head, expose the back. Referee's counting near fall, looking for the pin. There it is.
Got it.
Very nicely done by Landon.
So Landon Mayhaffey wins by pin, excuse me. That moves the team points 43 Sturgis Scoopers, 4 to Thunder Basin. Pretty much puts it out of reach for the Thunder Basin Bolts
Now
tonight.
we get Gavin. Gavin Werlinger is up next. And he gets Ian Black of Thunder Basin. 175.
All right, Gavin. A couple of seniors here. Quick shot, nice block by Gavin.
Yeah, he blocked off that quick shot by Ian. Ian
Did a good job. If you could see
going.
that again, kind of changed his level. Ian changed his level for that shot. Gavin matched it and met him chest to chest there. Basically, that's the right way to. Good shot defense by Gavin. Needs to get to his stuff. There's a quick head fake. Maybe needed to hit a reshot there. Pops gets in on a nice little high crotch, dumps him to his butt. 3-point takedown. Needs to step over. Looking for that near side cradle. If you're heading the well, lock your hands.
Trying to work it up.
There you go. Drive him right over the top of it. Right over the top of it. To his back, there's some near fall, looking for the pin.
There you go.
Keep your elbows tight. Elbows close together. Just pinch that down.
Got it.
There you go.
So another pin for the Sturgis Scoopers.
3 in a row.
Nice win for Gavin there.
Great win for Gavin.
Sturgis on the team points goes up 49-4 now, guys. We've got
And Kelson Dirk coming up next. He's
Kelson
fun to
Dirk,
watch.
three matches left. And Kelson Dirk, his brother Payson was one heck of a wrestler.
But did Payson have the walk-up music of Halloween of Mike Myers?
I think so.
Oh.
I think so. Kelson gets Hadley Hudson, by the way, of Thunder Basin.
Oh, nice
boy,
quick
got
outside
him,
shot.
yeah.
Just got that heel trip, took him right down.
Got those points
Kelson
right away.
is not wasting any time.
No.
First 5 seconds, he got those 3 points.
His side-to-side motion is incredible.
It
for
is. It's just fun to watch.
190 pounds.
Yep.
He moves like he's about 120.
He does.
He's quick and he's strong. That just blasts in on that right side single, dumps it down. There's another quick takedown. Three more points, going up 6-1. Threads the arm. Kind of lost it. He can get a little bit quick, and so that'll cause him to lose a couple of holds. But he's always in such good position. It really doesn't. He's fine with that.
And as a football coach, I watched him this fall. I'll tell you what, the Dirks know how to play sports.
Yeah, they're athletic. There's a nice snap down, go behind. Gets that far side arm, looking to break him down to his belly. Digs that left arm out. Ooh. Oh. He's going to get heavy on the head, try and get that arm or that head lever out. If he can get that arm behind, he's got him right at the wrist where he wants it. Digs in that left wing. He's going to try and flatten him out and drive him right over the top of that, right over the top of his head. Good job getting to his feet. If he can get to his feet, the ref will call potentially dangerous, as he did, and we'll get to restart. Kelson up 9-2 with 35 seconds remaining in the first period. Kelson cuts him loose, 9-3 now. 30 seconds remain. Wrist control for Gillette, and Kelson just took his knee and took it off of it. Gets around behind, goes right to that hamstring, elevates it, gets around behind for another takedown. 12-3 now.
Yep.
Ride him out here for 5 more seconds. You don't want to cut him loose and give him just a free point that you can't get back. So.
No. And what amazes you about Kelson Dirk, for a big man, he is so quick.
Oh, the dude can move. He's I don't know. I look down this list and I've probably said I think he's my favorite wrestler to watch. I think they're all. He is definitely one though. Look how quick going down to that ankle pick.
He's so fast. Yeah.
Heavy on the head, right down to the ankle, drops down to an ankle pick. Hard cut. Still has a hold of that leg, but got him in a throwing position here. Hopefully can get him to his back. Can't do it. Back to the head. Near side cradle. He's just fluid. If he doesn't feel like good in one move, he just goes right on into the next. Mat awareness
out of bounds.
Yep, mat awareness is good. If he could have gotten that head down, he'd have kept that toe in as it was. It was defended well, so he just lifted his foot up, goes out of bounds, and restart. A little blood.
Got a blood. Yep.
A little blood time here.
At 15-3 here, though, Greg, he can work for the takedown here, though, to get the technical. If he can get the 3.
Yes.
Yep. Well, and I think we had that takedown, so I think Thunder Basin is going to start on bottom here. Kelson May, it's only the second period, so Kelson May just look to turn him loose, which would make it 15-4 and an 11-point lead. So we need still a couple of takedowns unless one of them's right to his back.
Yep, he's going to turn him loose.
Yep, minute 33 left in the second. Drops down into that near side cradle position, seeing if he could get quick points, but he's looking.
15-4 now.
Heavy head snap. Quick duck into a high crotch, doubles it off. Keeps the leg split. See if he can get that leg Turk. He's going to try and he's literally going to grab his ankle, put it over his own, and now he'll look to elevate that bottom leg. Oop, lost it, but that's okay. 18-4 is the score. Turns him loose.
18-5, turned him loose, yep.
And here's the takedown.
Yeah, you need a takedown, yep.
One takedown will end this. Kelson looking for the pin, though, looking for a quick throw. Didn't get it.
Didn't get it. Yep.
Oh.
Wow.
I'm not sure what that was. And
there it
that
is.
should end it.
That should be it, yep. That'll be the tech.
He did have him in a cradle, could have taken him to his back. The ref could have allowed that to go to see if he'd have got it, but that's a confident wrestler to try the old hop over, go behind.
That was the hop over, go behind.
I just made that up. I don't even know if it's got a name. I've seen it done on a match,
great,
but
Well,
Kelson's win will make it 54-4.
remember that for our next
I will
broadcast. The
remember
hop
that
off or
one.
go
Go
behind.
Yeah.
Zoe
All right,
Lyrian
Zoe
getting
will
the
get
forfeit.
the forfeit. He'll be the only forfeit tonight for Sturgis.
So before we go on, in football, Miami, not the Dolphins, we're ahead of Ole Miss 17-6.
All right, that was coming down to the wire. Yeah. We'll keep an eye on that one. And now we go heavyweight, guys. And here comes Tice. And he'll
Here's
get
the big
Sam
guys.
Hill of Thunder Basin.
I feel, I could be wrong on this. I have to go back into my notes, but I feel like we saw this matchup in the Rapid City Invite. I believe Tice came out victorious on it, but it was a close. I think this match went into overtime at Rapid City. So
it could be very close here with this one. Yeah.
Tice is heavy on the head, always digging those inside ties and underhooks. He uses head position about as good as anybody. He'll stick his forehead right into the side of your face and into your ear and make you super uncomfortable and a little bit bruised if you've ever wrestled with him. I have.
Bruised and uncomfortable.
Yeah, bruised and uncomfortable. The Tice Uhurka way. It's awesome. He's so strong and just it's fun.
You know, and when you wrestle the heavyweights, you're not going to see a lot of shots, a lot of single legs at this level.
Not usually, nope. So lot more about head position. There's a quick, he digs that underhook real quick. Back to the head tie. But you'll see his Tice has been working forward. I don't know that unless Tice has allowed him to, is it Sam Hill? I'm sorry.
It is Sam Hill, yep.
Sam has had a hard time taking any forward steps just because of the pressure that Tice puts on you.
Right.
No points scored, but everything that Tice is doing is meant to wear Sam down. And that heavy in the head, keeping that forward pressure, making you push back against him. Otherwise, you're going to give up a stalling call. There's another right hand under, like that underhook. Now he digs both underhooks in. Ooh, he gave it up. He could have kind of jacked that up into a bear hug. As it is, he just keeps kind of motoring through him. So good period for Tice. 0-0 the score.
0-0.
Tice's choice. Tice chooses down. A lot of times in the heavies, this is you have to choose bottom and you have to get the escape. And you're going to end up seeing a lot of 1-1 overtime matches, that sort of thing.
Well, they're so big, once they base up, it's hard to keep them down.
Yep. Tice trying to work into that quad pod. Sam doing a good job trying to take one of those table legs, if you will, away by chopping that arm. Tice trying to get his hips underneath him. Gets to his feet, fighting the hands.
Break the grip, and he does.
Little hip heist, and now 1-0 Tice Uhurka. And back to the punishment.
The bruising.
It is. He's brutal. Just heavy on the head and constantly moving you backwards. Tries to throw that underhook up. There's a stalling call. That's what happens when Tice has got that forward motion, and Sam's kind of he's trying, but he's just stepping backwards. Eventually, you end up giving up a stalling call, which is what happened there. So, one stalling, nice little cross pick attempt, and continuing that forward momentum. Sam's not careful. He's going to have to start moving forward, or at least side to side. Otherwise, he's
if you back off the mat too many times, they will give a point up for stall.
Yep, they're going to give you. He's about to get called again, I'll bet. More backwards steps, and he's going to get stalling again, and that'll be a point for Tice as well. Tice heavy on the head. Going to dig that right hand underhook if he can get his arm free. There it is. Now if he can throw that by, but 5 seconds, he's fine. He's got the stalling call. He's got the 1 point lead.
And 2 periods, 1-0.
Right now in the team score again, Sturgis is way ahead, 60-40 over Thunder Basin.
60-4. You said 40.
Was that?
You said 40.
I said 40?
You said 40.
I gave him 36 points.
You gave him 36 points.
60-4. I'll enunciate a better. Thank you, Gary.
Tice with a quick breakdown, working that power half.
Oh.
Student section likes this.
Yes, they do.
If they can get that pin from Tice Uhurka, they're going to go loud.
And here's
the near fall. Tice is going to settle that in. He's got 1:44 to just settle into that.
Just like two big redwoods going at it.
Here we go. Flatten it out. There it is.
There he flattened it up, yep.
Come on.
There it is.
There he did it.
And the crowd goes wild.
Crowd goes nuts on that one.
Over the heavyweight bout.
Tice is the fan favorite. He's very, very, very likable all across the high school, so they love to see him do well.
So the final score tonight in the team's scores, 66-4.
66-4.
Scoopers will take out the Thunder Basin Bolts. And what a match it was tonight. We got the girls won tonight, the boys won tonight. Is there anything else Sturgis can do?
Pretty good day for the Scoops, really. I mean, they wrestled about as well as they could. The one match? Mason,
yep.
The 138 match.
Yeah, the two-time state champion. The Thunder Basin's only win tonight, and Mason wrestled that match really, really well, and I sort of wish I could see that match again. Hope they meet up at some point during the during the rest of this season. But that was a fun one to watch. But Sturgis just dominant otherwise.
They sure were. Scooper girls also got the win tonight. Their final was 54-26.
So it was a good night for the Scoops, guys. Let me ask you this. Did you see anything tonight that would make you question Sturgis Scoopers #1 in the state of South Dakota?
No, not tonight. I mean, they wrestled this as well as they could.
They did.
They're just pretty much dominant now. I mean, there's, like I said, there's good teams in South Dakota too. But when you're going up against a team like Thunder Basin, a team that's winning the state tournament in the biggest schools in Wyoming, Thunder Basin is good.
Well, Thunder Basin is a two-time defending state champion.
They're just like Sturgis, looking for a three-peat this year. So, and they might get it done. But Sturgis pretty powerful in this one and made it look good.
Let me ask you this, Greg. You follow the sport of wrestling. How are we looking down the road? And take away that we, of course, support the Sturgis Scoopers, but take that away. Is there anyone who, at this point, is able to challenge Sturgis?
I mean, there will be. Watertown looks really, really good. Watertown's got a good squad, and we're gonna have to win those head-to-heads for sure when it comes time. And in a tournament setting, you're always looking for. You pick up wins, or maybe pick up wins that maybe you weren't supposed to get, and have a couple that say if Watertown's the number whatever, if they're number 2, or if they're the ones that are in the mix, or maybe it's somebody else. But you got to have those guys maybe lose a match or two that they should have won. Those coin flips go back and forth, and then you have to win your head-to-heads. I mean, I promise you, there's not a school in this state that's going to give it to Sturgis. They're going to put up a fight, and they're going to do everything they can to make sure that Sturgis doesn't get the three-peat. But Sturgis looks awful good right now. So barring injuries and health issues and things like that, I like where we're sitting.
And that's the key is, of course, the injuries. That's always an issue.
Yep.
And Sturgis got a target on their back.
They do.
There are a lot of teams in the state that would love to beat the Sturgis Scoopers in wrestling, because right now they are #1.
Indeed.
They're #1, and they've got, I know we talk. We're broadcasting for Sturgis, right? We root for this team, and we are and okay, maybe a little biased, but I don't know. Teams are going to try and prove us wrong.
For sure.
That's going to happen for sure. We'll just see if anybody can actually do it.
So we have about 4 weeks until state tournament.
End of February.
Very end of February.
Yeah, about
so
5 weeks. Yep, 6 weeks.
So we go regionals and then, of course, to state. And another thing is you've got to go through regionals.
Mm-hmm.
That is so important because that sets where you're setting when you go into the state tournament.
It does, and that's where teams, like good teams, lose a little bit of ground. So if you got 14 weight classes and let's say Sturgis qualifies 14, if we take a full squad into the state tournament, maybe Watertown, if they're the team to beat, maybe they qualify 12 or 13. Well, they're down a man. They're
Right.
down a scorer.
Yep.
So it's important for all these schools to qualify as many people out of the region that they possibly can in order to keep up, because I don't know. I'm looking down the lineup. I got to think that we've got a good shot at qualifying 14.
So. I think we will. Yeah.
So
let's talk about the girls very briefly. They're a good team. I mean, they've got some good wrestlers. Don't have quite the numbers the boys have,
right.
But it's the same strategy. Going into the regionals, getting as many as you can into the state tournament, and then hoping things work out where teams that should have won end up losing, and you end up winning ones you should have lost.
Yep, that's true. And the battle continues. Like each and every one of these tournaments and duels in between now and then are practice rounds and opportunities to get better. And the girls have done an excellent job at continuing their growth, whether they're winning all of their matches or maybe they're losing them. The common thing in that room is they're getting better, and we got some cool opportunities coming up with the Mid Dakota Monster, or I believe the girls is called the
Bride of the
Bride
Monster,
of the Monster.
Right?
The Bride of the Monster.
That's their tournament that they get to go to.
Where
but
do they come up with these names?
I don't know.
No.
But and then they've got a really cool opportunity coming up. I believe it's next week where they go to Casper, and it's a girls-only dual team tournament. And Sturgis went down and last year, and your wrestling schools like Sheridan and Casper Natrona, Casper Kelly Walsh, Thunder Basin, all of these like big Wyoming schools. There was a Colorado school there last year. Sturgis won all of their duels and won that tournament for their, as far as the girls go, their very first team win in school history as a team. So we get to go back down to that. I believe it's next weekend, and see if how that goes. We'll have 9 duels, so all these girls will get 9 matches. Mat time is imperative to. I keep calling all the girls young wrestlers because they are. Boys men's wrestling has been. Some of these kids have been wrestling since they were 4.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Girls haven't had that opportunity. Some of them have. Some of them have wrestled AAU and through, but most of these girls are new to the sport within 3, 4, 5 years worth of wrestling maybe. And so they are still growing in the sport and figuring it out. When you can get into a dual team tournament that's going to get you 9 matches of mat time only improves you, and that's an opportunity that we put the Sturgis Cooper girls into, and they reap the benefits of that.
Well, and the program's growing. Steve Kessler once said, the thing that's going to save wrestling, because there was a time wrestling was kind of fading, is getting the girls involved and getting girls wrestling going, and that's what they're doing right now. So, Gary?
All right, with that, guys, some scores here from the legendary electric scoreboard in wrestling tonight. Moorcroft did beat Harding County in boys. 42-30 was the final there. And at the Hot Springs Triangular, Hot Springs picked up a couple of wins. They beat Newell 66-0. They won every match there. And they also beat St. Thomas More 60-18 in that one. And then the other one in that triangular was Newell and St. Thomas More. And they're still going, but St. Thomas More leads 42-0. I think they've still got some matches there. So, all right, so there's some updates on some scores. The Custer winner Chamberlain Triangular was also tonight, but no scores yet on that one. So some pretty good wrestling action around the state tonight. All right, with that, guys, unless you have anything else, closing
Nope,
comments.
gentlemen, always a pleasure and an honor to deal with both of you. You never gave your jokes, but that's okay.
I love your
Well,
joke, though.
you
Your
took
joke
mine,
was good.
remember?
Yeah,
No.
right.
Great wins tonight for the Scooper girls and boys. They get wins tonight over Thunder Basin. With that, Greg Gloat, Bob Havel, and Gary Matthews will say good night.
Good night,
from
everybody.
Sturgis.
Good night, everyone.
Celebrating 20 years.
Welcome to Bowie Foods at Al's Oasis Plaza. My great-grandfather, Gus Bowie, opened the first store in 1905. I'm R.F. Bowie, the president of Bowie Foods. We aren't your typical store. You'll find everything you need for your family. You'll save money, and I promise you're going to enjoy your grocery shopping experience. We carry a lot of locally produced products and some things you just aren't going to find anywhere else. South Dakota owned, family owned, Bowie Foods.
Would you buy your insurance from a cartoon character?
What's up, Doc?
Cartoons are good for a laugh, but when you're in an accident or you need your home covered and need help, it's no laughing matter. That's why you need a real person, like Lance at Van Z Insurance Associates. It's not just simple insurance either. Lance has you covered with home, life, auto, and business. Van Z Insurance is your place to call. Stop by today or give Lance a call at 605-393-2399.